is really important because there's a certain amount of people we're going to be bringing into this business, and we have 278 right now. That's about 3 on average per major city across the country. And we're going to now look to other smaller cities in order to go out there. Once we have a certain amount of traction in each one of these places, we're not going to be bringing any more people on. For now, we're open to bringing new people into the business and creating a phenomenal sales force that we feel is capable of doing the right job and getting started with us. But I put this up on my screen because timing is very important. And this osprey caught this speckled trout in the stream in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. An amazing picture, but I could tell you his timing, this eagle's timing, his or her timing is perfect. 1/100th of a second, he might have missed this prey and missed lunch for the day as a result of that. So I suggest if to think long and hard about it. If it's not for you, great. If it is for you, this is a good time for the LED lighting business. Only 2.5% of the lights that are sold in the United States today are LED. We're at the beginning, just to get a big industry picture, we're just at the beginning of a huge boom in LED lighting. That's about where we're at now. About 3 years ago, we didn't even see it here. Now at all the big light shows, particularly the one in Philadelphia, which just happened in I think it was February, March, everybody is featuring LED lighting. The year before, maybe only half of the folks there. So, and it's just a matter of time. All these fluorescents will be phased out. The incandescent lights phasing out in 30 days. So it's just a matter of time to introduce this concept and educate people. So the next screen is kind of a quote about timing, and thank you for these questions. I see they're coming in. I'll answer them in just about 1 minute from now. Timing is everything. This is my quote, so I'll read it to you. Put it off or hesitate and you lose. What's important to me today at this moment will never be a regret tomorrow if I act now. Hesitate and I'll lose. It's fine to be ordinary, and there are a lot of ordinary people in this world. I choose to be extraordinary and make an impact in society and towards the planet that I call home. It's not just for me, but for many future generations. And I have kids, and by the way, I feel incredibly fortunate to be able to pass something very much something positive along to my kids. I'm going in into my children's school on January 19th to talk at Career Day, and I'm really excited to tell the kids what I do because it's not only about doing great things for your family and putting food on the table and making a good living. For me, it's a lot more than that, and it always has been in my career, but this has given me a lot more purpose than any other thing I've ever done before, and potentially the most lucrative thing that I've done before. So I'll follow my quote up by saying I choose to seize all the important moments in my life. This is what makes me who I am, and that's really, from my heart, that's really what makes me who I am. So I'll conclude by saying anybody that has any other questions, please ask here. It's time to answer any questions you might have. Again, our motto, people, planet, profit, and we really stick by that. And let me see who has questions. Great. Sam, welcome aboard. We'll get you started. I'll send you out that agreement right away. I'm just as excited as you are too, Sam. It's really an incredible business. This question is Gary. Gary, is it usually full retrofit, or do you leave the ballast and change out the lights? So that question, Gary, is that we, for the 4-foot fluorescent tubes and 8-foot fluorescent tubes, we keep the ballast in place, but we bypass the ballast. So it takes about 15% more energy, and those ballasts burn out, and they're pretty expensive. So these lights have chips and drivers, completely different technology than the old ballast lighting technology. So for the tubes only, we bypass the ballast. The other lights, we just screw right in the light socket, just like that. So thank you for that question, Gary. We'll, oh, and welcome aboard, Gary. Good to see you're going to join us. Very happy to hear. Welcome aboard. We'll send you that agreement right away. When you have time, what is the Hawaii's hospital name? Okay, I'll get that to you, Fred. Hawaii hospitals. I'll go back to that slide and get that to you. is $470 due upon upfront, or is there a payment plan? Ken, since the CRM license is a necessary tool in this business, Ken, the $470 is due when you get started with us, and then it's $79 a month comes after, not in the same month, it comes the month after for CRM support and back office support, as well as engineering. I think I already said this, though, but yeah, Brian, welcome aboard. We'll send you that agreement. Excellent. How long does it take for a normal to install the LED lighting? That's the quickest part of our sales cycle, Brian. It takes, let's just say that you have, I'll give you an example of a hospital. That's a good example. A hospital could be a decent-sized deal. You get a deal signed today. Of course, it's Thanksgiving Day tomorrow. That won't work. On Friday, what we're going to do is we're going to order up, put together the order for the lights, and assuming we have them in stock, they'll get sent out. It takes about a week to get there, let's say a week to 10 days, and then after that, it's just a matter of a week, maybe more, to install the lights. But from the time you get a signed agreement to the time they're in, it could be a 2 to 3 week period. That should be about the period of time. Sometimes we have to send out a lighting engineer out there just to make sure that you got the right thing. But we use all local contractors to put these in. Thanks for that question, Brian. Sterling, if a customer has already participated in a local utility rebate program, not LED, are they still eligible? Good question, Sterling, and the answer is yes. There is in the training, we're going to introduce you to the most comprehensive database of ever-changing, it's a dynamic database of changing rebates. So the LED, the rebate to change out lighting is a very unique program specifically for energy efficient lighting. So if they've never done anything in lighting, the state by state, utility by utility, even county by county, or even city by city, this database will give you up-to-date rebates that are available, and they come and go. Once the money's gone from this rebate, it's gone. So these rebates, this database for the rebates will be the indicator of when they get there. But we don't, as a company, count on those rebates. That's just to do this program. This is just icing on the cake. Our program is not counting on any sort of rebates at all because it's just too difficult to know when they come and go. What about samples of lights, cost, delivery time, warranties? Yeah, Fred, the samples of lights, very common in the industry. In fact, I was in a Thai restaurant the other day, and the owner of the restaurant, I was dealing directly with them. I mean, it's a small deal, maybe about a $5,000 retrofit, but the owner of the restaurant got up on the ladder, and I gave him a light. He put it in, and he just changed it out. So, yeah, samples are readily available. The cost of the sample depends on the light itself, but the one that we changed out was about exactly this one I'm pointing to on the screen, an MR16, about $15, and these bulbs are warranted. These bulbs are warranted for 50,000 hours. That's the UL average life rating of the bulb. So that means that if it's burning, let's say, in a restaurant setting, that should be about 10 years that they don't change these lights out. And what's interesting is the lights that they're currently using are the most energy inefficient. The majority of the bulbs they use are these MR16, so that should be a huge savings for this particular client. And those bulbs they're replacing every 3 months. Every month they're replacing some of them, but they burn out every 3 months or so, 4 months. Thanks for that question. I appreciate that. Could you send an agreement as well? Matt? Excellent. Yeah. Welcome aboard, Matt. We'll get you started, and can't wait to get started with you. We're real excited. Let's see. This is from Sang. With regard to the energy savings, how is it split between energy saving solutions and the client to finance the LED lights? Okay, Sang. Generally, and this is depending on the engineer's study of the property, generally 80% to us, 20% to the client on a 5-year deal. That's generally. I mean, sometimes it'll be a little bit longer. Sometimes it'll be a shorter deal. Sometimes the split is 50-50. So it really depends on how, the energy efficiency or inefficiency is for the client. Another question with Fred. Do your tubes comply with the Buy American Act or ARRA. We have different resources for these lights. So the answer is yes, we have